Hey YouTube, wagwan, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna go ahead and replace the front brakes on this Toyota Corolla. So from 2019 to 2014, once your Corolla look like this, it's gonna be the same procedure of changing it. Even for the older models, it will be the same procedure of changing the rotors and the pad. So first thing first, guys, we're gonna need to take off the wheel, which is gonna be 21mm, or you can use your lug tool to take off the wheel. So remove the hubcap by just holding it to a sharp pull and it will come off. Put it somewhere safe. 21mm. Link will be in the description for the tools I use. With that said, I'm gonna get some gloves and take the tire off. Take the tire off. So this one, it looked like it's a car from up north, because you can see all the rust spot right here. Like it's have rust right here. You can see a few components of the suspension is rust, but that's nothing to really be alarmed about. But the rotors, they are really rusty, so it causes the brakes to pulsate and make grinding sound. So that's why we're replacing it. As you can see, there's still some good amount of pads right there, so we're gonna replace the pads as well as we go there. So if you guys want to go ahead, please give me a like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, because I'm about to help you. So you're gonna need the good old WD-40. So WD-40 is a must. Spray down there, spray here, spray around there, spray the. So what we're spraying back here is the brake hardware. So basically, guys, you want to spray they want to spray in here so the fluid can run down and seep behind the rotors to get the rotor off, and spray here along the hub. You want to spray this right here because it's also rusted out. You want to spray this right here that hold the caliper, and you want to spray that under here. So those are the stuff you have to spray. You can let it sit, or you can start working. So what I'm gonna do is get my C-clamp to squeeze in the caliper, because if it doesn't push in the piston, the caliper piston, if it doesn't push that in, when you put the new pads on the new rotors, it's gonna be the piston gonna out too much and it won't be able to go over it. So that's what I'm gonna do next, and the tool I will be using will be a C-clamp. Link will be in the description for that. So this is the 6-inch C-clamp. Put it from here to here. So what I like to do when working on the brakes, if the brakes is here or if the brakes is in the front, I would like to get the caliper to face me. So if it's here, we want to turn the wheel so the caliper come out. If it's in the front, we're going to turn the wheel this way so the caliper turn out. And what that do is give you a lot of room to work right here. So that's gonna give you a lot of room to work when you have the caliper facing out like this. So this is a C-clamp. That's where I put this side. This is where the other side is. And while I'm turning this, it's pushing in the piston. I don't know if you can see it. So guys, once you turn it where it doesn't go anymore, what you want to do is remove the C-clamp. And again, this is a 6-inch C-clamp. Link will be in the description where you can get it on Amazon. Please go ahead and support my Amazon link, as well as you can donate to the channel if you want to support the movement, so I can help buy more tools and this and that. Let's get into the video again. So the next tool I have up is gonna be 17 millimeter, even though this is 14. This is a 17 millimeter. We're gonna need to take this one out loose, and this one down here as well. 17 millimeter. You can use a breaker bar or a power bar or a big 1/2 inch ratchet handle if you don't have an impact gun. You don't need this, but it makes my life easier. Had to turn it up just now because of so much rust on it. So you want to hold the caliper when you take it off, because you don't want your caliper to be hanging on your hose. So caliper off. I'm gonna get something to hook the caliper. You can use tie strap to tie it up here, or whatever you have to support it up here, or you can try to support it here so it doesn't hang on the hose. So that's what we're trying to prevent. So this is what I make. They sell some stuff to hook brake caliper up, but I just made this. So basically do the same work. So now we need to get a hammer to knock around here, but we can knock here, but it's better to knock here, because since we're not going to reuse or cut this rotor, we're just going to knock wherever, but try not to knock the studs. All right. So guys, you want to get a hammer like that and knock around here. So you want to keep on knocking like that. And it's going to come loose. So once you keep on knocking, it's going to break the rust and it's going to come loose. Get a flathead screwdriver, clean around here some. Once you finish cleaning that, install the new rotor. Alright, so this is our new rotor. What we're going to do is spray it down with brake cleaner to remove the oil from the surface that they store it in. So they put oil in here so it doesn't get rusted during storage. So we just have to remove that, let it dry. So that's the new rotor. It's supposed to be smooth. Look at this one. Look at this. You can see right here is smooth and right here is rough. So that's gonna make noise like do, 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 or you can hear like a grinding sound because it's not smooth like right here. And have rough spot on both front rotors. So that's why I changed it. And since we're already changing the rotor, I'm gonna go ahead and change the pad. So let's go ahead and install the new rotor. You can wipe it dry if you want, or you can let it air dry. That's totally up to you. Won't affect the brakes one way or another. So guys, I was trying to wait for the compressor to stop so you guys can hear me better, but it seems like it's not gonna stop and I have my work to do, so I'm gonna continue throughout this. So that's where we are so far. We're gonna go ahead and remove that and install the caliper. Sometimes you can, I normally install a patch from here, but I just take it out like this. So that way, get our bolt. Install that. gonna tighten that up. So after you tighten that up and that up, time is to loose this, which gonna be 14 millimeter. So we already changed the rotor. Now we're changing the we're changing the pads. So once that's done, guys, take this part out. So guys, you want to have your flathead screwdriver right here. So these clips, when you install them, you want to make sure they are at the top. And when you're taking these out, make sure you mark the way they come out so you can put them the way they go in. And this part, you can just clean it a little bit. The flathead screwdriver. The top part doesn't look so bad. So we need to get the brake hardware to install it. So you want to make sure you put it back just like this. Push them down with your finger, or you can use a flathead screwdriver. Push them down, make sure you seat it properly. So you're gonna do the same thing for this side and this side and this side. Alright guys, so this right here is the brake pad. You want to make sure you have it so with the curve, they have a curve like here, as you can see. Make sure the curve is curved with the rotor and not against the rotor. So like this, make sure you curve with the rotor and not against the rotor. So that's how you're going to determine what's going to be at top, what's going to be at the bottom, because it also brings two clips you got to put at the top, and you should get them in your brake with your brake pad. So make sure clip it where this face in, because this acts as your wear indicator too. When the pad's low, it will make noise to let you know. And it helps the pads not to rattle and dance around when the brake is not applied. So that's what you want it to look like. You want to come right here, you want to make sure you get both sides in a little bit, just like that, and then you kind of twist it in and it goes in just like that. Alright, so in first, twist it in. Same thing for both sides. So guys, sometimes your pads might get itch or hook on this right here, this little lip. Your pads might hook on it, so you might just get a flathead screwdriver, push this up like that, and push in the pad. Same thing on this side, you push this up, push in the pad, pads go in. That's good. The next step is to hold this and take this out. This is your sliding pin, and you have to grease these. You can see the grease on this is getting old, but add some more grease on it and install both of them. Do not mix them up. Make sure the one that don't have the rubber ring around the tip is at the top, and the one with the rubber ring around the tip is at the bottom, because if you don't do that, you're gonna hear you're gonna get the rattle, some rattle when you go over bumps from the caliper shaking around. So make sure you have this rubber tip at the bottom. So once you put it in, just want to go ahead and wipe off excess grease. So now your pins are free to move. So that's good. So the next step is get to your caliper and install your caliper. So this is your piston. Normally it would out like this, so that's why I put the C clamp to push it in. Tighten that up. So guys, look right here, wheels on, everything is all tight. You also want to go ahead and double check your work, make sure everything is nice and tight. And once that's done, guys, please go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and peace out. See you next time. So after you do that, guys, you want to pump the brakes up, and then you're ready. Peace out.